To all the non-believers.
How did that?
To all the non-believers. Especially you, Tom Jackson. Way to have our back, Keyshawn. Anybody can be beat.
So how did that just feel?
Felt great. Poetic justice. We know we were a much better team than we came up and represented ourselves. And we're pissed off. We was ready to come back and show what type of defense, what type of team this was, what kind of character we had. We take a lot of slack. People gave us no chance, like we barely made it in playoffs. We're a good football team.
It looks like this team played with anger all day. Why, Bart?
For all you non-believers, disrespect us, talk crap about the defense like we ain't the third best defense in the league. All we hear is about their defense. They can't stop a nosebleed. 25th in the league, and we the one to get disrespected.
Congratulations. See you in Pittsburgh.
Can't wait.
Back to you.
He says, Mr. Lee, you have to leave Madison Square Garden. They wanted me to leave the Garden, walk outside, down, out to 33rd Street, and Employers, where I came from, walk outside, and come back on 31st Street. And I said, I'm not doing that. First of all, you scan my ticket. You can't scan a ticket twice. Also, I know that once you leave a sporting arena event.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to The Standard. We're going to get right to it. On Monday night, I was watching Knicks Rockets. Rockets was at the Knicks. Rockets was in the Garden. The Rockets, I've spoke about the Rockets before, and I made a note to myself. I said to myself, W, next time you get on this, do The Standard. I was on the Matty B show talking about the Rockets, took shots at them after the deadline. I didn't like what they did, going smaller and bringing Covington in and playing the small ball lineup. I didn't like it. And it's like ever since I made those comments on The Standard and on Epis Radio, the Rockets took off. Of course. Like you heard what W said, we're going to show them. Nah, of course not. But that's what happened. The Rockets took off after that. Rockets, great month of February. Russell Westbrook shot 57% for the month. Rockets tearing through the league, giving the league fits. They went in the Garden yesterday on a 6-game winning streak. Play the embattled New York Knicks, of course. The Knicks came into the game with new management because earlier in the day, Leon Rose was officially announced president of the team and basketball operations. So, the Knicks had a little energy in the Garden, and they came out, big lead, and they controlled the game all night. R.J. Barrett, career night. After the game, Knicks win the game. They had the Rockets up. They were up 18-16 the Rockets. Rockets came back, of course. Rockets had a chance to tie the game at the buzzer. Frank Ntilikina locked down defense on the great Russell Westbrook. Put the clamps on him. Westbrook didn't get the shot off that he wanted to. And he went back of the rim, and the Rockets fell to the Knicks. Great win for the Knicks. Knicks fans happy about it. New management in the building. Their number 3 pick in the draft, R.J. Barrett, career night. He tied his career high 27, and he did it against premier NBA competition. And I want to stress that because, like I said, I fronted on the Rockets after they made the deal and went to the super small ball lineup. And I'm going to be the first one to say they look like a problem. They look like a problem. I know it's the Rockets and all that, but I'm not just going to just cast them aside. Like, it's the Rockets. You got to give them the respect where respect is due. Because I figure like this. If we're going to have a regular season, even though I'm not a big regular season guy in the NBA, I feel like it's more like a red carpet. It's like a pre-festival to the big show, And I don't like but it is what it is. It's what we have. You need the regular season. There's no playoffs for regular season, so without the regular season, and the Rockets they're playing well. They're showing I've been very impressed with them, I have to say the least, and I'm looking forward to watching a little bit more Rocket basketball, and James Harden after the game, he bigged up R.J. Barrett. He said that R.J. Barrett kept coming. He's very aggressive, and he said that he liked that, and he thought R.J. Barrett had everything it took to be a star in this league. And coming from a player like Harden, that says a lot. Harden's not the guy who runs around and throws compliments at players. So, all of that, and all of that happened on Monday night at the Garden. On Monday night at the Garden, for it to come out for tomorrow, for the next morning, for Tuesday, for it to all get overshadowed by the antics. Sorry about that. It's 60 degrees out here. Now all of a sudden everybody on their bike. 60 degrees 2 days. Now everybody popping wheelies. But anyway. Yeah, so all of that to happen for the Knicks to play probably their best game of the season, biggest win of the year, best win for them. Probably going to be the best one they're going to get all year. All of that just for the situation with Spike Lee and the Knicks staff and the PR nightmare that happened last night at the Garden. And I feel like it was a situation, when you look at the backlash from it and the aftermath, you know, I talked to some friends, I talked to Maddie, I talked to my cousin, I talked to other guys, I seen the reactions on Twitter, and it seemed to me that most of the people killing the Knicks for the situation were non-Knick fans, or the usual Knick narrative, oh, the Knicks this, the Knicks situation. First of all, what happened with Spike Lee yesterday, matter of fact, if we don't know, let's play the video of Spike at the Garden.
But no one told me. No one told me. No one told me. I'm staying here. Now, you want to arrest me like Charles Owen? Fuck that. But you arrest me like you want to shut my hand on my back like holy.
So Spike with the profanity-laced tirade. You're not gonna Charles Oakley me. You guys, you know, all of this stuff. First of all, Spike wasn't able. There was a certain entrance that Spike was used to coming in through, and then the Garden had revamped the entrances or whatever, and they didn't want Spike coming in through that exit or any, because Spike was coming through a VIP entrance, supposedly. And they wanted to switch up their setup. So now the VIP entrance became a media employees entrance, but I'm not sure. But it wasn't a fan entrance. It was a staff and media entrance, I believe. And they didn't want Spike to come in through there, and Spike threw a fit. And he's talking about the Knicks going to Charles Oakley him. And, you know, the Knicks probably didn't handle it the best, because once Spike was in there, you let him go to his seat. I was told that they told Spike to go all the way around, and that's probably where, you know, the riff came from. At the same time, Spike, rich guy, entitled guy, maybe we don't understand. You know, it's not a big deal. This is a big deal to his ass. But the thing about it that bothered me was not anything that happened, because we all have meltdowns, whether they were right the night, that Spike was right that night or not. My problem was when I see Spike Lee on ESPN with Stephen A. trashing the Knicks, talking about Dolan's targeting him. How is the man targeting you, bro? You weren't Charles Oakley. They didn't try to arrest you on TV. A guy came to you and said you can't go through there no more. You go crazy. And it's like, and he's supposed to be the Knick guy of all guys. See, what I learned growing up was problems in the family, problems in the house. We talk about it in the house. You understand? All the drama that's been in my family over the years is not outside. Right? We don't talk about that. We figure it out there. And when we in public, it's all good. Y'all don't even know what's going on. We get back at home, we can tear each other's heads off. We in the house. We talk how we want. We beat each other up, whatever. We'll figure it out. Spike's not on that tip. He wants to go to Stephen A. He wants to go to ESPN and talk to people who just want to hear something bad about the Knicks. Because that's what it is. People want to hear bad things about the Knicks. Right? Because that's how I see it. Because everybody's going to take the information. Oh, the Knicks PR, the Knicks that, Dolan this, Dolan that. It's so easy to attack the Knicks. Granted, the Knicks make it easy a lot of times. But in this case, I mean, like, come on, man. You got Stephen A. on TV, Dolan. I mean, come on, give me a break. We just got the biggest win of the year, and Spike Lee's going to come and steal from that moment. I can't believe he went on first take, man. That shit infuriated me, man. I see this guy. Are you kidding me, bro? You supposed to be Mr. Knick. Whatever you ain't told to James. Didn't you talk to James Dolan the night before? Yes. That's what they saying. So what you doing? You up there sounding like an old washer. Man, I even like, ever since Spike Lee made that movie Chirac, I was done with him anyway. That movie was, man, anyway. Moving, you know what? It's a disgrace, man. His performance last night, that's what it was. Not even, like I said, not even last night. To come on, that's Steven. Oh, man, like, I can't even get my shit together right now just thinking about it. And then on top of that, you know, people, Spike. Now you got guys like Jay Williams taking shots at the Knicks. And, you know, I don't want to see that. I don't need to see that. R.J. Barrett had the best game of his career, but we got to talk about Spike Lee. Spike Lee's on the back of the paper. Not R.J. Not the Knicks. Spike Lee. Give me a break, man. Get him come out of him. I don't care. You don't want to come, don't come. You don't want to go watch the Net games. You know, I don't know what he wants. I mean, I'm saying, as all like the Knicks, we know the Knicks situation. You're gonna add fuel to the fire. You can't fire the owner. You know, you can't kick a man out of his own house. So just forget about that. Get that out your brain, man. Get that out your brain. You know, it's things the way things should be. Then there's the way things are. Just because it's not the way it should be, don't mean it's gonna be that way. It's the other way, and then you gotta have to deal with that. Break. And moving on. Standy dandy, baby. It's been brought to my attention through social media about a certain situation with a very popular hip-hop artist, one known as Meg Thee Stallion. And he said, damn, W, you talking about Meg Thee Stallion on The Standard. You know, well, first of all, The Standard is The Standard. The Standard is not only sports-related. I want that known, right? You know, off top. But that's what we've done 99.9% of the time. We're going to try to change that a little bit. But we're going to start now with Meg, and it still has a little bit of relation to sports because what's going on with Meg Thee Stallion, the city, the hot girl rapper, huge summer, last summer, huge sales, popularity through the roof. You know, you guys know who she is. Ladies definitely know who she is. With that said, we've come to our attention that Meg is getting shafted in her contract, at least as she feels she is. You know, the split between her income and her merchandise and her touring. When you broke the numbers down, as you can see, it's not a good look for Meg, especially with the rise of her popularity. See, but at the time when she signed the contract, it was a good look. You know, you broke, you don't have shit. Guy throws the paper in the contract in your face. Hey, we're going to do it. And the thing about the guy who threw the contract on her face, it's a guy that a lot of us have heard of. And we haven't heard of him through music. We've heard of him through, yes, sports, of course, because sports is a way of life, right? We're talking about Crawford, the former Tampa Bay Devil Ray, former All-Star Tampa Bay Devil Ray, former Boston Red Sox, and former Los Angeles Dodger. Those familiar with Cole Crawford was a stellar player in his early career in Tampa. He was a 5'2" player, 20 home run power. He stole 60, 70 bases a year in Tampa on that hard turf, sliding and putting his body on the line. And it ended up paying dividends for Carl because Carl would go on to sign a monster triple-digit deal with the Red Sox to bat leadoff for them. And this is where things change because things didn't work out for Carl in Boston, where he was oft injured. People say he didn't want to play. People say he didn't have the same desire he used to. So this Red Sox kind of felt swindled, you know, hustled, bamboozled. Kind of like the way Meg Thee Stallion feels now. And now that you mention it, maybe Carl Crawford is a swindler and a hustler and a businessman. That's what we're going to call him. We're going to call him a businessman because a businessman entails all of the above. We're going to call him an American businessman. And, man aligned with Jay Prince. Houston kid. He's a Houston guy. I don't call him a kid. He's a grown man. He's a retired MLB All-Star. Carl Crawford got traded from the Red Sox to the Dodgers. And he played a whole... Sorry. He sat down a whole season. He's making $22 million plus. He didn't play. Carl Crawford retired a rich man. You know, towards the end of his career, he was oft injured. The Dodgers never got their money's worth out of him, and neither did the Red Sox. And here we are in 2020, and Meg Thee Stallion, Carl's hip-hop artist. Carl dropped $60,000 on her up front. Carl gave her a lot of things. You know, she was out of college. She was 19. And, you know, that's record label stuff. I'm not going to go in and go the ins and outs, you know, and go crazy about it. You know, it's not my expertise. But a lot of people saying she's getting ripped off. When you look at the numbers, you guys can see for yourself. All right? Right, okay. So, here we are. She's complaining about her deal. She's going to sue Mr. Crawford. They had ceased making her music once she started complaining about, ceased letting her music be released once she started complaining of the contract. But now she got a temporary restraining order, so right now she's going to be able to release music. So here we are with that, and we're going to keep you guys abreast of that. But now you guys know what Mr. Crawford is doing nowadays, and we keep you a little up to date on the standard. We're going to get this video out as soon as possible. My guys, my girls, I love y'all. Y'all hold me down. You know, I got some loyal people who really F with me. I ain't dropped a standard minute. I've been up at Epis, Matty B, so I love. Yo, like, share, comment, talk your shit. Ziggy doing what's up, brother. I appreciate you, man. Standard Dandard. I'm going to get on this flight, go down south. Next time you see me, I'm going to be in the background. I'm going to do one down there. You guys hold it down. Peace. Yo, Epis Radio, Matty B Show. I'm going to leave the SoundCloud in the link. Shout out to Steve Adorno. Shout out to Big Johan, my guy, who's all this possible because of him, and everybody else. Appreciate you guys. Yo, we out of here, man. Much love. Mwah. Stand.